Hey, what's up, guys? Spencer Rhodes here. Cesar Martinez was a character that was in both the Walking Dead comics and the Walking Dead TV show. In the Walking Dead comics, he really just has a really small role. He's basically the same character, but he just gets killed really fast, and he gets killed by Rick, and it's just kind of this odd moment. Like, he barely did anything for the story. He just basically died. In the TV show, again, he's basically the same character. He's one of the governor's top lieutenants. He's one of the governor's soldiers. He's one of the people at the Woodbury place, and he's basically just a soldier for the governor. He lasts roughly a season and a half. He basically sort of serves as this character that's kind of one of the bad guys. You know, he's going to do what the governor tells him to do. But there's this episode where Rick and the governor meet up, and they supposedly have negotiations. I mean, that's basically what they do. You know, they have negotiations, and the governor sort of has his own master plan, and Martinez is there to sort of protect the governor, and a few other soldiers are there, I believe. And Martinez and Daryl, they take turns killing walkers and try to, like, I don't know what they're doing. Like, they're trying to prove whoever's more badass, and you know, Martinez kills some walkers with a bat, and Daryl kills some walkers with his crossbow, and I guess they're just trying to compare dick size. I don't know, but after that, they kind of had this like heart to heart moment where Martinez says like that it's just like I mean, he pretty much says that no matter what, their armies are going to kill each other, and Daryl basically says, "Yeah, I know." Like they just have this moment where they're really honest with each other, sort of similar to how Robert De Niro and Al Pacino are in Heat, where they kind of they're against each other for the whole movie, but they have this one moment where they kind of had this heart to heart, and they're just being perfectly honest with each other. And Martinez, I mean, he's basically, honestly, one of the governor's soldiers. I mean, if the governor tells Martinez to kill an innocent person, Martinez will do so. So he's kind of a bad guy. He's not as evil as the governor is. At the end of season 3, the governor just snaps and mows down like all of his people, all of the surviving Woodbury people. He just mows them down with a machine gun, and the only characters that are alive are Karen, who pretends to be dead, and she later goes to Woodbury. I mean, there's some other people at Woodbury that are still alive, but they all die in season 4. But yeah, Karen fakes her death, and it's basically just the governor, Schumpert, and Martinez, just those three. They go off on a truck alone, and that's the end of season 3. And between season 3 and season 4, we find out that Martinez and Schumpert had abandoned the governor because they had gotten really mad at him for just mowing down like 50 people for no reason, because there's flashbacks in season 4 showing what happened to them. And so, I mean, Martinez had a limit. I mean, he was basically horrified by what the governor did, and he didn't want to have anything to do with the governor anymore. So yeah, basically he's kind of a bad guy, but he's not as evil as the governor. And then later on, during season 4, the governor and Martinez find each other again, but this time the governor is with a little family of people, and the governor is trying to redeem himself and start over and be a different man, and Martinez is the leader of his own group. So Martinez decides to give the governor a chance to join his group, and he seems okay. I mean, he seems like a decent leader. Like, he had a good thing going. You know, he wasn't like the governor, just like out to kill people for no reason. He had his own little group of 50 people, and they helped each other survive. They weren't terrible people. If Rick and the Alexandria safe zone had found Martinez's group, they probably would have combined, and then the governor would have been fucked. But instead, the governor kills Martinez and then takes over those people, and then that's when he takes his people and they attack the prison. And of course that leads to Too Far Gone, where the prison gets destroyed, Herschel dies, etc. But yeah, I mean, Martinez is kind of a tragic character because I think he said that his wife and child had died, and that kind of hardened him. And when he had his own camp of people, he just seemed like a normal, well-adjusted leader that was trying to keep his people alive. and he gave the governor a second chance, which obviously turned out to be a mistake because the governor hit him with a golf club when Martinez had his back turned and was drunk. But I think the governor got mad at Martinez because there was a part of Martinez that was just broken. There's a part of Martinez that kind of just wanted to die and kind of wanted to give up. And the governor saw that as weak, so he killed Martinez so he could be the leader because he considered Martinez to be just a weak, broken individual. And he kind of was. But, I mean, I don't blame him. I mean, he lost his wife and son or daughter or whatever, his wife and kid, I think, and he had watched the governor just slaughter people for no reason. And, oh yeah, I forgot. Shumpert had died off screen. Martinez told the governor that Shumpert just didn't recover from what the governor did, and Shumpert got really drunk one night and got killed by walkers. So Martinez's story is kind of tragic because at the end of the day, he just wasn't as evil as the governor was. But I mean, I did like his little story arc. I liked him as a small character. I mean, he's not someone that I wanted to see live to season 5, 6, 7, 8 or anything. I think he was a good small character. He was in a couple of seasons, and his character served a purpose, and that purpose was pretty well done. The actor was okay. I mean, the character was a lot bigger than he was in the comics. In the comics, he was basically just some guy that Rick kills, and that's it. But in the TV show, I mean, he got fleshed out a little more, and I think he had a completed story arc. I mean, he was one of the governor's soldiers, and then he got away from the governor and got his own camp, but he was still a broken individual that wanted to drink, and he kind of just wanted to die, and the governor killed him because he was weak. I think it was a unique story arc. There's all these good guys and all these bad guys, and then there's just Martinez, who was just kind of average. And he just had a few flaws, but he wasn't that terrible, and especially compared to the governor. I mean, it would have been nice if Martinez got a chance to join Rick's group, because if he did, then yeah, I mean, I think he would have been a good part of Rick's group. But most of Martinez's scenes are with the governor, and that's kind of a good thing because, whenever Martinez is with the governor, it makes him look that much better because, I mean, obviously the governor is just this huge villain and this huge psychopath, and Martinez is just kind of a normal person with normal flaws. But as far as his death goes, I think it was done perfectly well, and I don't really have any issues with it. And I think it served a good purpose, and it was a unique ending for a unique character in the story, a character that really wasn't completely bad or completely good, and you could kind of feel for, but also kind of did some shitty things because, unfortunately he was one of the governor's top lieutenants in season 3, and that's kind of a bad first impression, and maybe you could feel sorry for him in season 4. But then the governor kills him, and you're just like, well, shit. I like that. I liked what they did with the character. I liked the way they killed him off. I think it was a good beginning, middle, and end for the character. And yeah, I think it was unique, but I don't think he needed to live longer. I think the character kind of had a point, and he was kind of a reflection of what maybe the governor could be if the governor wasn't a psychopath, or if the governor was more normal. The governor dealing with someone that was one of his soldiers but wasn't as bad as him. I think it kind of added a little bit to the governor. It added a little bit to season 4 as a whole. And yeah, I don't have any issues with his death. I think it was handled appropriately, and I don't think he needed to live longer. I don't want them to keep a character alive longer just for the sake of it, unless they're Morgan, and in which case, that's fine. But yeah, I liked his death, and I don't think he needed to live longer. I think his death was good the way it was. I don't have a lot of criticisms for that character's story arc. I think Martinez was killed off appropriately, and he was written appropriately, and it was pretty well done overall. Anyway, that's all I have for this video. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Don't be shy. hit that like and subscribe. I'm not going anywhere. I make 1 to 2 Walking Dead videos per day, so please hit that subscribe button. Right now we are at 325 subscribers. My goal is to try to get to 400 in the next few months, so we are just 75 away from that goal of 400, so we're getting there. Hopefully we can get to that goal at some point. Anyway, with all that said, I am Spencer Rhodes, and I will see you guys later. Bye!